Hi, my name's Annie, and the concept I have chosen to demonstrate today is counting and number order for 4 to 5-year-olds experiencing the pre-operational period. The method I have used is an adult-guided learning experience and allows each student the opportunity to be interactive and learn through play. Research suggests that play during infancy shapes the structural design of the brain. It particularly assists in strengthening brain pathways and creates a brain that has increased flexibility and improved potential for learning later in life. Play allows a child to explore, identify, negotiate, take risks, and create meaning. Thus, in my lesson, I have incorporated significant opportunity for exploration, which encourages children to be creative, curious, and open. All dispositions for learning. The proposed learning outcome of this activity is for students to develop the ability to count from 1 to 15 in ascending and descending order, as well as identify numbers that are greater and less than the number they have been allocated. This relates directly to the fundamental pre-operational concept that is counting. The learning experience takes place outdoors in an area with garden. The idea of the game is a treasure hunt and is a fun activity full of play and interaction. Assuming there are 15 students in a class, 15 boxes filled with chocolate gold coins, or shredder, will be hidden. The children find one box each, but are not allowed to look at what is inside. Once each child has found a box, the class will gather together, and each child will open their box to find a number of coins. The amount of coins per box will range from 1 to 15. Each child is then required to count their coins. The teacher will ask the class to write down the number of coins they have on a card and will hold it above their heads. The children will then need to find the person with a number that is 1 greater than theirs and 1 lower than theirs, and stand by their side. This process will form a line in order from lowest amount of coins to highest. The teacher will then ask the children to say their number, starting from the bottom of the line and counting upwards. They can then start at the top of the line and count backwards. This way, the children can learn ascending and descending order. The teacher will then propose the following questions. Who do you think has the most amount of coins, and how do you know this? Who do you think has the least amount of coins, and how do you know this? At the end of the process, each child can have 1 chocolate coin each as a reward. Mathematical concepts and numeracy skills can be acquired in a number of different ways. The first being through naturalistic experiences, which involve solely the child and the surrounding environment. These experiences occur predominantly during the sensory-motor period and are picked up as the child goes through their everyday life. The adult's contribution to this process involves creating an enriched environment full of mathematical learning opportunities that are in touch with the child's sensory-motor system. Jean Piaget strongly advocated this concept and believed that a child's development stems solely from the child's maturation and spontaneous discoveries. An example of a naturalistic experience may be a child is playing in a garden and finds a leaf with an interesting symmetrical pattern on it. The child can both see and feel the pattern on the leaf. Lev Vygotsky emphasized the adult's role in a child's development and created the concept of zone proximal development. That is, the area between where the child is operating independently in mental development and where they might go with the assistance of an adult. For example, if a child is finding it difficult to complete a division problem, the teacher explains that the division is simply reverse multiplication. The child is therefore able to complete their work without any problems. Finally, the method that I have used is an adult-guided learning experience. This is a specifically planned lesson that aims to achieve a certain learning outcome. It is important to recognise that while incidental learning is effective, it can be particularly haphazard. Therefore, it is imperative that the educator prepares a learning environment that challenges, supports, and extends a child's thinking. Thus, while the learning experience is play-based, I have ensured that the child's proposed learning outcomes are met with the assistance of the teacher. Based on Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, I have ensured that the activity identifies the child's best method of learning. For example, Those that acquire knowledge best through bodily kinesthetic abilities get to run around and look for treasure, while those who possess interpersonal talents get to interact with other students and work in a team, particularly when creating the line of numbers. The treasure hunt is particularly effective for 4 to 5-year-olds as they experience their pre-operational stage of learning. Basic concepts such as counting should be acquired during this time because of the child's rapid yet incomplete intellectual growth. I have used a number of different learning methods that support the child's pre-operational stage. First, during this stage, children begin to use symbolic behaviours. Therefore, to support this behaviour, I have utilised chocolate coins to represent numbers. Second, to ensure that children engage themselves meaningfully, I have made use of the outdoor setting. The formal classroom-based learning experience can be particularly dry and demotivating. The outdoor setting also encourages play-based learning. Finally, I have used divergent questions to encourage and challenge the child's thinking. I ask the children to explain their reasoning behind each of their actions. This also ensures that the learning experience is in-depth and meaningful. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have enjoyed today's presentation.